ranking every single major MrBeast allegation to come out so far. Let's go. Alright, so first up we got MrBeast covering his tracks. So MrBeast was going back, deleting videos, or deleting part of videos. Upper Echelon made an amazing video on this, actually. MrBeast deleted just about, I think it was in tens of thousands of comments within the first, 48 hours on his first video since the allegations started coming out. And, honestly, not the worst thing. Kind of expected from a company, right? I mean, they gotta keep that negativity off of their videos. They gotta try to, cover their tracks a little bit. I kind of get it. I mean, it looks really bad. It makes him look really guilty, which he is of a lot of the stuff, I'm sure. But yeah, it's not the worst. I'm gonna put it in D tier. Alright, next up we got the Chris Tyson situation. Discord server, MrBeast knowing about Chris Tyson. Now this, I'm just gonna go as far as to say, it's probably some of the most damning allegations on this entire list. This is gonna be easy S tier for me, especially considering the fact that MrBeast knew everything that was going on here. Alright, next up we got illegal lotteries. Now this one's kind of hard to rank, because I can understand if, he didn't really understand what he was doing was illegal, and he probably didn't, let's just be real. He probably didn't know what he was doing was illegal. Yeah, it was kind of scummy, it was, it didn't feel good, you can kind of tell he's trying to make money, but on the list, I would say probably B tier. Definitely not the worst stuff here, but still not good. Alright, next up we got faking videos. Now this is a really big one, because this really hurts MrBeast's brand in general, because he's his whole brand is like, oh, this is authentic, we really do this stuff, none of this stuff that we do is fake, everything's real, these are genuine reactions. So these allegations are particularly damaging to MrBeast. I would say they're not necessarily immoral like some of the other allegations are, but they're definitely damaging to MrBeast's brand. Now I do want to mention that while not all of his faking allegations are immoral necessarily, when he influences his competitions and helps his family and friends win, that is definitely really bad. And just faking videos in general for MrBeast is very damaging to his brand. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in A tier. Alright, now we got Jake Weddle. So Jake Weddle, the whole situation with him, what happened to him is really disturbing and disgusting. But I do recognize and understand that there may have been some miscommunication or misunderstanding or just general negligence from MrBeast himself. Because you do have to understand that he's not sitting there 24/7 monitoring him, right? He's got his own things to do, he's got companies to run, he's got a lot of stuff to take care of, he does a lot of filming himself. So while I understand that a lot of that stuff there is really horrible and what happened to him in general is really horrible, not all of the blame really falls on MrBeast himself. So I'm gonna put this one in, I'm gonna put it in B tier, actually. I'm gonna put this one in B tier. Alright, yeah, this is another easy S tier. Hiring an RSO and calling him jokingly by the name of the state he can't go back to because of his crimes is just disgusting, and there's absolutely no excuse. And now next up we got The Beast Games. Alright. So, The Beast Games is pretty disturbing. Yeah, so you got people denied their medicine, you got people saying that they weren't allowed to eat when they needed to, you got people saying that they were denied clean underwear, you have nurses confirming that people are being sent from MrBeast Games with injuries. Like, dude, this is This is some pretty bad stuff. I do understand that they were in over their head, but that's really no excuse. It's just not. And for that, I'm gonna have to put this in B tier. Actually, no, we're gonna put this in A tier. Alright, while Ty Orr's video was decently solid, Mr. Beast as an individual was basically completely void from the entire video. So he wasn't talking about Mr. Beast himself. And not only that, but he also decided to end his video by talking about his GoFundMe that he made and asking for people to donate to him. And I think he said it at like over $1 million, which is completely ridiculous. I mean, the idea he was talking about, a Mario obstacle course, not only is it possible, definitely possible, I won't say probable, but it's definitely possible that someone else could have thought of that idea without his influence, but that idea is just simply not worth $1 million. And the fact that he was going to beg us for that money, and he backtracked, but that left a really sour taste in my mouth, and people really don't take him seriously for that, so I'm gonna have to put this in F tier. Alright, so next up we got the cease and desist to dog pack. So this one's pretty scummy, this is not good. But again, it's kind of somewhat expected from a company. So I'm gonna have to put this in C tier. Mr. Beast, just do better. Alright, and last but not least, we got Mr. Beast's Feastables. So, Feastables, if you don't know, this is somewhat recent. Feastables on their website had a disclaimer that said, we don't use child slavery, we don't have any child labor, and they removed that from their website and their bars. So basically that's prompted people to assume that Mr. Beast now uses child slaves and child slavery, which the line of thinking makes sense, I guess. Why would you remove that, Mr. Beast? Why would you remove that if you had no reason to? But unfortunately, it's just mostly speculation at this point, and it seems really hard to prove, so I'm gonna have to put this in C tier.